Welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast about movies that we haven't seen yet. I'm your host today, Betsy, and with me is my co-host, Trent.
Hey, hey.
You're also always here.
Yes, always.
We are moving forward by moving backwards to the year 2015 for our next sequel in our series. We are watching Ted 2.
Ted 2. How's that feel in your mouth?
I hate it.
Weird.
So Trent, this is a return to Seth MacFarlane. We have featured one of his movies so far on this show. He's only got 3, and this makes the complete set once we have watched this one.
Correct. So we have seen Ted. I think we went to see Ted in the theater.
We definitely saw Ted in the theater.
Yeah, and I remember really liking it. I mean, for a Seth MacFarlane thing, like, we are a fan of Family Guy. It's not like we've, like, kept up with it.
Oh, no. We were, like, the original Family Guy group of people that bought it on DVD and stuff.
We're the Family Guy hipsters.
A little bit. Well, it's true. We were there in 1999.
Yeah.
This show has been on the air for almost 25 years.
Yeah.
Give or take some gaps in between. But that is not what we're talking about. We are talking about Ted 2. So we, like you said, saw the original, but we never went to the sequel.
Yeah.
So first, let's begin with a brief recap of what happens in Ted if you don't feel like rewatching that movie.
We did.
I think, Trent, that you can say it pretty succinctly without getting into a depth of detail.
Uh-huh. There's a magic bear, and it's Mark Wahlberg, and they're losers who sit on the couch and get high.
Well, the bear is not Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg wished for the bear.
There is Mark Wahlberg in the movie.
Yes, they're slackers, and one of them needs to grow the hell up because he's too attached to his teddy bear.
And Mark Wahlberg brings out his best Boston accent.
He does, and Seth MacFarlane voices Ted.
Yep.
Who is a foul-mouthed, disgusting little pervert.
Yeah, he's a teddy bear that came to life when Mark Wahlberg was a kid, and they've grown up together, they've done everything together, and the premise of the first movie is Mark Wahlberg's character, I think his name is John, very generic name, John. John has a girlfriend played by Mila Kunis, and Mila Kunis is very much, okay, you need to stop hanging out with Ted. You need to, like, you are a 35-year-old man. You are working at a car rental location, I think. And you need to get your shit together. Stop hanging out with the bear and getting high all the time.
You need to grow up.
Yeah.
The moral of it is, this man needs to grow up. And at the end of the movie, he accomplishes it. He manages to find the balance of both worlds. He gets to keep his best friend, and he gets the girl, and there's a wedding, and it's all happiness and sunshine.
And really, I mean, Ted moves on because he gets a girlfriend.
For a while.
Well, they're together at the end of the movie. Tammy Lynn.
They say they dated for quite a while, but then she disappears.
I don't know if that's true. I think she's actually in the new movie.
All right, and then there's a subplot in that first one where who is it but none other than Giovanni Ribisi is a creepy stalker who kidnaps Ted.
Right, and when he was a kid, he saw the bear on the news, saw him on Johnny Carson, and we have all of these, like, almost rotoscoped scenes of Ted on the Johnny Carson show.
Because he was an 80s celebrity.
Yeah, of course. And of course, like all 80s celebrities, you fall out of fashion quickly.
And at the end of the movie, I couldn't help but notice, Trent, that Giovanni Ribisi is released from prison, which means
he's still a threat.
He is still a threat. So that's the very, 2-second recap of the first one. What do you know about the sequel?
Well, I know Mila Kunis isn't in it.
Right, so that's the elephant in the room.
Right.
What happens to her character? Is she dead? Does she dump him? Or do they replace her completely and we just don't talk about it?
I don't think the new character, played by Amanda Seyfried, is the same character name.
Okay, so we're just under the assumption that something happened to Mila Kunis.
Something happened in this relationship. The Mila Kunis character is no longer a thing, and we are replacing her with a blonde instead of a brunette.
For reasons yet
we're
to be
gonna find
determined.
out. So yeah, Amanda Seyfried is the new love interest, let's say, or at least the lady in the life of these two people. And like other than that, like them replacing Mila Kunis, I don't really know what happens here. Like I said before, I think the Tammy Lynn character is still here.
Okay, so we're probably just under the assumption it's sort of a continuation of their shenanigans.
Yeah, I think so. Like maybe we have a bit of a time jump because there wasn't a lot of time between these two movies.
No, it was 2012 to 2015.
Yeah.
And the only reason Mila Kunis wasn't in it was she was real pregnant. And they didn't want to write it into the storyline.
Is that what it was?
I read something in passing when we were getting ready to do this.
Okay.
That she's not in the sequel because she was pregnant at the time.
All right. I mean, I would understand why she would say no, regardless of if she was pregnant or not.
Well, and if she was like really pregnant, she might have been about to, have the baby, which would not really work schedule-wise.
No, but still, I mean, was she really all that enthusiastic about being associated with the first Ted? I don't know.
I mean, at the time it came out, it was a big movie. It was a big comedy.
It was well received for the type of comedy that it was.
We just rewatched this in prepreparation for this episode, and there are moments that are still really, really funny, and then there were just as many moments that I went, ooh.
Like a lot of the Family Guy Seth MacFarlane humor. And we talked about it a bunch when we watched A Million Ways to Die in the West, his Western, during Western Wednesdays. Go back and listen to those. But yeah, I mean, his style of humor is a very unique thing. Like, there's a lot of, like, cuts away and callbacks and pop culture that he's going to throw in here with a wink and a nod. And he mentions, like, people like Tom Brady and
Boston jokes.
Boston thing, yeah. And it's basically the Family Guy humor applied to real life. It's these people that you wouldn't necessarily like.
In the R-rated pantheon of films, he just gets to be more crass than he does in an animated primetime TV show.
Right, on a network show.
He definitely goes more crass. Yeah. So I think as far as a plot, no idea. So I think we're just going to go watch this movie. We're going to watch Ted 2, and we will be right back. We're back. That was Ted 2. What do you think, Trent?
You know, it wasn't our intention here to pick 3 comedies in a row, but I will say of these 3 comedies we've chosen, this is the funniest one.
Okay.
It at least has given me more consistent laughter than the other 2.
The thing I will say about this one, it's very different from its predecessor.
It is.
So I wasn't expecting that. You're right, there were very funny moments in this, but also this movie's kind of a bummer. Because the main crux of it is Ted a person?
Yeah.
And suddenly you get into a lot of philosophical debate and legal arguments. And then, of course, he loses. And I'm like, this sucks. I don't like this.
Yeah, it's getting into this existential thing that, in the first movie, you're just kind of, it just happened. Just don't think about it too hard.
Nope.
This is a comedy. They're going to make dick jokes. It's fine.
The bear is there. Deal with it.
Right. But here, they're like throwing it in your face along with all the dick jokes. And, I like that they actually went there because this is a silly movie. This is a silly premise because take this like fairy tale story and make an adult version of it. That's good to me. I like a concept like that.
And it's putting it in the modern era. Like, and they have touches of that. There's a narrator for these movies.
Yes.
In the first one and in this one, they got Patrick Stewart
because of course
to do a fairy tale like once upon a time in a special place
Who
called
else
Boston.
You get two people in this movie with fantastic voices.
You're gonna use them.
Oh, okay, a few more than that, but we'll get to that.
And overall, for me, the funniest moments so far I think, have been in this movie, where I was like busting a gut.
Yeah.
But I also found myself just kind of underwhelmed sometimes. Like the last one we watched, Super Troopers 2.
Yeah.
This one is amusing. I don't know that it was the funniest one. It had a pacing problem. Like, they kind of start really strong with this ridiculous big musical number. Then they jump into the plot quickly.
Yeah.
And at some point, you paused it to check something, and I was like, we're an hour into this? How does that both feel like too short and way too long? It felt really weird. There's a place where they drive from Boston to New York, and I'm like...
It took way too long.
It takes like 4 hours. This took them like a day.
Like they're going to go all night or something.
Is this a different Boston that I don't know about? That they uprooted and put somewhere else?
Then again, they tell Ted, okay, you can drive for 20 minutes, and then they both completely fall asleep.
Well, and it's daytime when they leave, and it's nighttime when they get there.
Right.
Like, they make some comment about, oh, good, we'll get there. It's only 10 o'clock right now, but it's nighttime. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
And I know that's just me being nitpicky about this comedy, but it bothered me.
All right. I get your point to that, but I agree with you. The pacing in this movie is all over the place. It stops and starts and stops and starts, and there's so much that is just kind of tossed off and never followed up with. I mean, that's just kind of the Seth MacFarlane way of doing things. It introduces a premise, makes a joke, and it moves on.
We're not going to reference that again.
Yeah.
So sorry if you thought that was the funniest thing.
Sure. For like the premise of the movie here, like you said, it is them grappling with the fact that this is a talking bear. And if this was real life, you would have situations like this where legally, I don't know what's gonna be a thing because there's nothing on the books about you and the courts have to take care of it.
You're kind of an illegal citizen and everyone's just sort of let you be.
And I love the fact that the government found out about it is because they tried to go and adopt a baby.
But it's like the dominoes that have to happen. So the opening scene is him and Tammy Lynn get married, and then a year later they're fighting all the time, so they decide to have a baby, but they can't have a baby, so they have to get a sperm donor, but they can't get a sperm donor because her womb is terrible, and so they have to get an adoption. It's just thing after thing after thing. By the way, Ted's not a person.
But because they go to a government agency, an adoption agency, and they do a background check on them, something triggers in the government bureaucracy, let's say.
The paperwork. Paperwork.
Something got triggered there that the flag was flipped and all of a sudden the government is paying attention to you.
Because you have to ask questions of so many people and so many organizations that never stopped to think about it, and now they're all thinking about it.
Right. You've been just kind of flying under the radar your entire quote-unquote life, and you've just been skating by, and nobody's really giving a shit about you. You don't have like a social security card. You don't pay taxes like he said. He probably gets paid cash by this grocery store he works at. It's a really strange thing to think about, but things like this do happen.
Fine, but this is Ted too. That's the problem I have with it. It's such a big concept for this goofy fucking movie. The first one is just stupid because it's a man boy and his bear, and they smoke too much weed and they watch porn, and there's like a creepy kidnapper who kidnaps the bear.
Sure.
In this one, is there a God? What is humanity?
Does this bear have a soul?
Does this bear have It's just this large philosophical question with some weed smoking thrown in.
And I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah, but I didn't want this high concept for this sequel. That's all. I understand the idea of, okay, it's a sequel. We need to make it bigger and better than the last one. That one made a lot of money.
It really did.
What are we going to do? And we bring back all the heavy hitters. And, Sam Jones as Flash Gordon is there. And they've got Tammy Lynn, the girlfriend, comes back. And Patrick Stewart comes back. And Giovanni Ribisi as Donnie. Donnie is back. And then they've got just a shitload of random cameos, some of which are funny and some of which are, why is that in this movie?
It's also blink and you miss them. Like fucking Jay Leno. They make a gay sex in a bathroom joke with Jay Leno, and he's up for it.
And he's in on the joke.
Yeah. Then you also have the Patrick Warburton character, who is reintroduced as dating Michael Dorn.
Which I didn't know who that was. I assumed his boyfriend was someone of significance. And you were reading some behind the scenes things. And this movie is chock-a-block full of Star Trek references, specifically full of Star Trek
characters, actors.
Yeah. And he played Worf on the Next Generation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And so when they go to New York Comic Con and you've got him dressed as Worf and Patrick Warburton dressed as the Tick. Okay, that's funny.
That is funny.
See, the people who understand the joke, they're a funny joke for you.
And it kept on going, too, which I appreciated. I love the fact that they put these two guys in the movie as their characters outside of whatever, but they're not actually them. It's just a weird coincidence of the movie.
Meta thing.
Sure.
It's a costume they put on to blend in.
And the fact that they're just fucking with the nerds.
Giving them wedgies and throwing them into things.
Sure.
Knocking drinks out of their hands.
Yeah.
Fuck you, nerd.
And not that I have anything against nerds. We are them. We are they.
We would love to go to New York Comic Con.
I would love to go to any Comic Con. We tried to go to San Diego Comic Con.
One time we tried
fucking
to get tickets.
6-7 years ago, and their fucking ticket page fucked up on us.
It blew up. It was not ready to handle the
We were like
quantity.
12th in line, and it died on me, and I still am pissed off about that.
After hours. It was so dumb.
We got up early on a Sunday morning to get those tickets.
Or something
Not that I'm dwelling on it.
But anyway, long story short, we got nothing against the nerds. We want to be of you.
Yeah, that whole Comic-Con scene is pretty cool. And I get what they're trying to do here with Hasbro, because there's fucking Transformers all over the place. And what's big in 2015 or whenever the fuck this came out? The Mark Wahlberg's Transformers movies and all the toys.
You guys, I think I found a Transformer. It's so stupid. I love it. I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't seen any of them.
It's just that clip from the fucking commercial.
Seen any of them.
You guys, I think I found a Transformer.
Anyway. Yes, I get the premise of them going to Comic-Con and them just having an excuse to have all these people on screen and have all the stuff in the background. I read some stuff here that we did not see. We would have to go frame by frame to see any of this stuff.
I figured that there was stuff of relevance in the background.
I tried to look for that stuff, but apparently there is a Peter Griffin costumed person in the background fighting a chicken.
Which is a Family Guy reference.
And there's apparently like 3 or 4 other different Family Guy jokes that they put into this movie that they had already done in the show. Yeah.
Like, I know Family Guy had already been on the air for a while at this point.
Yeah. Long time.
And one is okay. Like, if you pick, like, your best one, like the fucking chicken fighting Peter Griffin, and it's in the background.
That's a background joke.
That's a funny Easter egg.
But
you can have, like, one.
They did the same planes, trains, and automobiles joke with Ted in the car driving by himself. It's the song that plays in that movie, in Planes, Trains.
Recreating that scene.
They're recreating that scene, and they recreated the same scene in one of the Star Wars themed episodes of Family Guy. They had the same song, they had the same everything.
And I appreciate if you really like that movie.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's a good movie.
But do we need to keep bringing it up over and over again?
Yeah, why do you need to reintroduce this whole concept to your audience?
Well, and keep in mind, I would like to point something out. This movie came out after A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah.
Which means Giovanni Ribisi has been in all 3 of the movies Seth MacFarlane has made.
Yes.
Amanda Seyfried has been in 2.
Yes.
Because she was in the last one. So has Liam Neeson. And I will say right now, of all the cameos, this is the dumbest, but also the best one in this fucking stupid movie.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, he is at the grocery store pressing Ted for really important information because he wants to buy a box of tricks, but as he understands it, they are only for kids. And he wants to make sure that isn't really the case.
Right.
That he's not going to be followed or persecuted by buying this box of tricks.
And yeah, if you stayed throughout the entire credits,
for the end
the last
scene,
20 seconds of the movie is Liam Neeson all bloodied up and beat up, returning the box of tricks to the store.
In silence.
But
it's just him completely committing to this stupid bit.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely deadpan.
Yep. The best part of his scene at the store at the beginning is him, after he puts down the $5 on the counter, he puts the box under his coat.
He conceals it. He doesn't want anyone to see him. He has to take precautions with his box of tricks.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, I think that's another Family Guy joke where I think it's in the earlier seasons where there's like a cutaway to a commercial, I think. And it's like the bird who is like shot dead by somebody because they say, no, tricks are for kids. Give me that box of cereal.
You mean Toucan Sam from the other thing, or like the bunny?
Is it a bunny?
It's a bunny.
Okay, fine. Whatever the animal is.
It's the
I don't
rabbit.
like Trix.
Trix the rabbit.
Okay, rabbit, yes. Excuse me. It's the rabbit. Anyway, the rabbit is shot dead or something like that in Family Guy because they say tricks are for kids.
Yeah.
So again, it just seems like this movie has a interesting premise. They get there when it comes to the existential stuff. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with them replacing the Mila Kunis character with somebody else. We'll get to that in a second. But the fact that they keep recycling these jokes, and I know that's just me because I am a casual fan of Family Guy, it seems a little lazy to me.
I would say, if anything, this sequel is a little bit lazy just because of the number of things you say it's drawing from. You were reading that this is basically an episode of Star Trek that was adapted to become Ted 2.
Yeah.
There's a whole episode where Data is having a trial.
There's like a court in the Galaxy Court where they have to prove whether or not the android Data it has his own agency or if he is the property of the Enterprise or whatever the fuck.
And that's the same premise here. Is Ted a person or is he property? And we get not one, but 2 courtroom scenes to try to prove that. Yeah. And the opposing counsel is John Slattery, who's only in that scene. And he's not even really funny. He doesn't get to be funny. And that guy's really funny when he can be really funny. When he is given the opportunity.
Yeah.
So he's kind of
wasted
here.
We watched all of Mad Men.
We did. We watched all of Mad Men.
That's really good.
I mean, it's okay.
It's really good.
It's got moments of greatness. And then at the end, it ends.
I don't like the ending, and that's all I'll say. Anyway, but yeah, he's in the courtroom scene. He is very much a lawyer, saying all of the technical lawyery things that you're supposed to do when you are appealing to a jury. Amanda Seyfried's character is appealing to the jury's emotions, and John Slattery is just saying factual things. Like, no, according to the law, this is what it says. You have to follow the law. You can't just go by what your gut says.
It's fact, not feeling.
Exactly.
Yep. And the evil toy corporation
Hasbro
is secretly in on this trial.
I can't believe they got actual
Proper
Hasbro to lend their name and their logos and all of their toy images to this fucking movie.
Their property.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the head of Hasbro has gotten a tip from Donnie, the evil Donnie from the first one.
Donnie.
Who is now a janitor for Hasbro.
Because of course.
He says, we want them to lose this trial because if they lose, he is deemed property. Mm-hmm. He was a teddy bear that was created by Hasbro. We could take him back and figure out how he works. Cut him open, because no one's going to care if it's just a bear. And we'll figure out how it works, and reproduce it.
What are they going to do? Charge you with murder? No, they're going to charge you with
petty
theft. Exactly. Yeah. That thing's worth $40?
And not even because it's a 30-year-old bear. Look, I liked in this one, if you looked really closely in the final scene, Ted has kind of a gap in his fur. You know when you have a toy and it's kind of wearing out and it rubs off and you can kind of see that mesh underneath that's the fur is sewn to?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
No.
You've never had a bear or a toy that you used so fucking much it wore the hair off?
No, I took care of my teddy bears.
Oh,
Betsy.
hell no. No, if you, underneath that, there is kind of a mesh shape, a mesh form, and that's what all of that fur is sewn to.
Yeah, I get it.
And when it wears away, you can just see that mesh.
Okay.
And you could actually, in one scene, see that in the Comic-Con part of the movie. Mm-hmm. Where there was just kind of a patch on his chest where he was missing fur, which for a 30-some-year-old teddy bear makes sense. Wear and tear. Mm-hmm. Just an interesting touch. All right. That's all.
I never noticed that, but yeah, I like little touches like that because you have to be at least because you can be realistic with this thing, and I would say even by the end of the movie, the bear looks pretty dirty.
He is very dirty, yes.
Yeah.
Because he just walks around and lives his life.
Sure.
No pants, no shirt. But every once in a while he wears a suit. So, go figure.
Yeah.
Another big cameo, arguably the biggest cameo, because it's a get for this movie, and I don't know why he's here. And for 2015, again, it's just kind of one of those, I'm thinking back into my memory, and I feel like I knew that this was going to happen, but I forgot because I'm now enough removed. Tom Brady's in this movie?
Tom Brady.
When he was still a Patriot. And in this movie, he has 4 Super Bowl rings. 4 of them.
Not 6.
He has acquired some more jewelry since then. Regardless of our feelings about him personally, the fact that he's in this movie is really weird.
And what they're going to be doing to him.
Why he's in this movie is weirder.
Yeah.
So they initially decide... Ted and Tammy Lynn initially decide to get a sperm donor because obviously Ted has no genitalia. He cannot make a baby. So they need a sperm donor. They're going to ask Sam Jones because they are friends with Flash Gordon.
Because, of course, who else would you get?
But he has done too many drugs and his sperm count is 1.
1.
Single. So they instead decide to get the next closest thing to Flash Gordon, and their conclusion is Tom Brady.
And they mentioned Tom Brady in the first movie by name.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
But yes, he is the next closest thing to a superhero to them. So they plan to break into his house, jerk him off, and steal his sperm. And they manage to get into his home, and when they lift the sheet, his dick glows. You don't see it. You just see a white light that shines upon them. And they're so in awe, it distracts them, and he wakes up, and he throws them out of his house. That's the entirety of him being in this movie. It's very weird. But it's also funny, not because he is funny. He is not actively humorous. He's just there.
No.
He is the butt of the joke.
No, I would say, I mean, obviously we don't know anything about the man, but he doesn't really seem to have a big sense of humor about anything. The fact that he agreed to be in this movie in the first place says something about you. But at the very beginning of this whole scene where John knocks on the door and is this fake air conditioning repairman.
Yeah, he has to have a ruse.
Yes, your neighbor called in to say your air conditioner is making too much noise, so I'm here to come and fix it.
To check it out.
Or whatever. What?
Yeah.
Number 1, he's answering the door himself. Number 2, there's no security there.
Oh, he also just lives on a street.
Yeah.
They could just walk up there.
It's one of his mansions in Boston.
Sure. No gate, no nothing.
So before that, they go and futz around with the AC and break it.
Intentionally.
So that he leaves the window open overnight.
So that they can
bring the ladder up, climb the ladder and get into his bedroom. And of course, I knew this was a reference to something because it looked familiar. Ted is wearing a raincoat.
And a little hat.
Just like Paddington Bear.
Yeah, he's a little Paddington Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And their concern is not the act of jerking off Tom Brady, but rather they want to make sure they do a good job because it's Tom Brady. Oh boy. So yeah, and then he's gone. No more Tom Brady. So they just decide, well, he could do it. Why didn't you just ask John? But this is where we get to, since I'm at this point. He has been divorced for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And Ted didn't want to ask him to be a sperm donor because he's been kind of messed up. And this is why he's like, I didn't want to burden you further.
Right.
So at the beginning of the movie, we find out that he and Lori from the first movie have been divorced for 6 months. And the reason they got divorced was she was trying to change him.
Yeah.
And he realized he wasn't himself anymore. So I can appreciate a logical reason for why she's not in this movie.
And that goes along with her character from the first movie.
And it's right. That's the whole thing.
Yep. She is trying to get him out of his funk and get him out there and get a better job and get a better life for us.
And grow up.
But in reality, he doesn't want to grow up.
But this is the little, again, nitpicky. I shouldn't be so particular about comedies like this.
About Ted too.
The first movie, he is a crap person.
Yes.
And her convincing him to change is actually really good. And at the end of the movie, we're happy he changes. And in this one, he's like, well, that wasn't me, and that was stupid, and it just negates the whole thing. He just regresses back to being this man boy who has the same stupid job, and he smokes weed all the time. So what was the point?
You know, you can be that. You can have a crap job. You can live in a crap apartment and not do anything with your life. That is a valid choice for you as an adult. But you know what? You just need to find the right person to do that with. And the Mila Kunis character was not that. Clearly.
Fine. But again,
she works for a high-powered, whatever,
this is
PR company.
I don't...
And
it's
then
bothering
he
me.
finds another lady who happens to be a lawyer starting off her practice under her uncle.
Yeah,
who is a partner at a law firm.
She's a Nepo niece.
I just learned what that meant, by the way. But yeah, she's a lawyer who's going to be making a lot of money eventually. But she also smokes pot.
She's never had a case.
She's brand new. She just got her law license. So, yeah, she's going to do this one pro bono in order to get her chops.
Get her feet wet.
Yeah. And you have to do that as a lawyer in order to learn and how the process works in the real world. But anyway, in this thing, she's going to be making money because she's a fucking lawyer. I don't care that she went to the, University of Arizona or whatever the fuck.
Arizona State.
Arizona State. I don't know why that's always the joke university.
Maybe he went there and that's why it's funny.
I have no idea. I've heard that joke so many times in other things.
I have no beef against Arizona State. I have no horse in this race.
I have no idea where that comes from. But anyway, yeah, those two work a lot better together as a couple because they're interested in similar things. They have similar attitudes.
Well, and she's younger and he's older.
She's a lot younger.
But maturity level is the same.
He's pushing 40 in this movie.
And she's 26.
She is 26.
Yep.
Come on.
Listen, it works for some couples.
Yep.
Knock yourselves out. I got no qualms. I can't speak to it. I've never dated anybody that much younger or that much older than me. Yeah. But I know plenty of people that have a significant age gap who were together for decades. My grandparents were, like 12 years apart or something like that.
That was
8 years
more
apart.
common. That was more common back then.
Yeah, but when you're like 20, I don't know. I just...
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not here to pass judgment. But it's uncommon, let's just say that. Because they establish he is 35 in the first movie.
Yep.
Then there's 6 months and then another year and they were
married
married for a little time.
A while, so.
Yeah, I would say he is pushing 40 here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's still...
Imagine dating a 26-year-old
now. I'm retracting. I'm going back to the first one. I'm with Mila Kunis on this one. In the first movie, if you're pushing 40, get your shit together. I'm not saying you need to grow up completely, but come on. A little change
I don't know.
As a grown-ass man.
I don't know, Betsy. If you are satisfied with your lot in life and your partner is as well, that's the issue. She wasn't satisfied
I'm not
with
dating
that
this
whole
man.
thing. No, and that's fine. These two work a lot better. That's all I'm saying.
Bye.
Agree to disagree about this relationship.
So there's another lawyer in this movie that we must make mention of.
Another giant voice in the industry,
Why
let's say.
this person is in this movie, I don't know.
I'm going to say for the money.
He said exactly that.
He literally said, I only did this movie for the money.
I did this for the money. It's Morgan Freeman.
Yep.
Morgan Freeman is a big shot lawyer who does big human rights.
He's a civil rights attorney lawyer in New York City that apparently is world-renowned.
The New York City that's like 12 hours away from Boston.
Oh, yeah.
And he just shows up for a scene and says, I'm not going to take your case. And then at the end of the movie, he says, I'm going to take your case. And then they show him winning the case. That's it.
Yep.
He is not really... He gets one funny moment where they have this running joke where there's candy in a dish on the lawyer's desk.
On two different lawyers' desks.
At two different lawyers' offices. And Mark Wahlberg says, is this candy just for taking? And they both take the dish, put it in a drawer and say, that's not supposed to be out. And they close the drawer.
Right. Like these lawyers are protective of their candy.
Yeah. So like he's got a bowl of Tootsie Rolls and he just puts them away.
You are rich as fuck, man. Go buy a bag of Tootsie Rolls.
And maybe that's why, or maybe they just don't like him and they don't want to offer him candy.
I think that's just the thing. Because these guys are such fucking yokels from Boston that they come in to Morgan Freeman's office and they just cannot stop cursing. They cannot stop cursing.
This
is a really fucking nice office.
One day they will be asked to leave a very nice establishment.
Right. Yeah. And I get that. I like the blue collar attitude. Betsy and I curse up a blue streak all the time in life and on this podcast.
It feels good. It tastes good.
But I'm not going to do that when I'm walking into a lawyer's office or in a judge's chambers or in a courtroom.
Or a job interview or somewhere where it's not appropriate.
Well, even in the first movie, Ted is going in for a job interview that he doesn't want for this checker job.
He's like, I don't want a job. This is bullshit.
And he insults the manager. I'm not going to repeat what he says.
He gets the job, and when he insults him a second time, he gets promoted.
Right. And of course, he always says, well, shit.
No one's ever talked to me like that before. You got some balls.
You're hired.
We kind of covered the major things, like the people that show up. Are there any other moments that you want to just touch on while we're talking here?
I wrote a lot of different notes here, and
see, I didn't.
I was not expecting to write nearly as many, but when it's a brand new movie that I've definitely never seen before, I want to at least get the beats down. But going back to the Tom Brady thing, there's a little scene after the fact when Tom Brady calls the cops, apparently, and apparently there is a code 317 that is on the books for the Boston police for when the apparently very common occurrence occurs where somebody is trying to steal Tom Brady's semen. He
literally says, a code 317, what's that? Someone's trying to steal Tom Brady's sperm again.
Right.
The again. And in a joke like that, it's when you say again.
Right.
That just makes the joke.
The fact that they had to make a code for such a thing.
In Boston? Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
In those days.
Well, and of course, all of the entire in the entirety of New England would do and drop anything to save Tom Brady.
In the early 2000s, when I was in college, one of my friends who is from Boston saw Tom Brady in line at Logan Airport, and she was losing her goddamn mind. She was like 2 lanes away from him, and he was clearly trying to be very subtle, incognito, and she didn't say anything to him, but she just stared at him because, 2004, 5, whatever that was.
Yeah, that was like peak Tom Brady of he can do no wrong. You haven't seen behind the curtain yet.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Boston in 2015, even then, it's before the changeover.
Well, they even say when Mark Wahlberg goes to his door, he even says right at the very end, I don't think you cheat. I think your balls are magnificently inflated. Or something to that effect. It's right after he gets caught cheating in the championship game to go to the Super Bowl.
Sorry, he said that in this movie?
Yes. It's very, very quick.
Is it when he's literally throwing them out?
No, it's when he goes to the door and is talking about the AC unit. It's right before he goes over to the unit and breaks it.
I missed that completely.
Yeah.
So it was after he had cheated. Just before they proved it. Was this when he was suspended and didn't have anything better to do? Is that why he made this movie?
The implication.
He had time on his hands.
Yep.
Yeah. Neat.
By the way, Tom Brady totally cheated.
Yeah, he sucks. Anyway,
he's a cheater.
What other
Patriots
parts
cheated.
of this movie did you like, Trent?
Fuck the Patriots. Anyway, I want to go back to the first scene with Morgan Freeman, where he's telling him the reason why he's not going to take the case. He essentially tells Ted, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it for somebody who's actually done something for society. For someone who has contributed to their species, to
loves their fellow man,
their community, whatever. And he tells him to his face, "You're Justin Bieber," which is to say, is a very much an insult to Justin Bieber. I don't necessarily take offense to that because I don't like the man. I don't like anything he's done. But apparently, Seth MacFarlane, on a DVD commentary for this movie, I think, told a story about apparently Justin Bieber went to a premiere for this movie or went to a screening in real life.
With Seth MacFarlane in attendance.
Seth MacFarlane in attendance. Justin Bieber was there. He walked out right after that scene.
Yeah, because he a baby.
Yeah.
Some people really,
some people just can't take a joke.
It's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
People can think what they want. You're the one with the goddamn money.
Exactly. Go lie on your piles and piles of money and laugh.
Yeah.
Laugh at yourself. It'll make you feel better.
Buy the rights to this movie and burn it. Who the fuck cares?
Who the fuck cares? Man.
Diva much?
Yeah. There's a couple more things that have to do with real life where, and movies do this a lot, where they take real segments or they take real people who are famous in real life. They did the Jimmy Kimmel thing where he's doing a monologue about the court case.
It's usually the late night hosts.
Yeah.
Fucking Larry King was in every movie in the 1990s.
Right. And then they do real life, CNN anchors.
Commentary.
Yeah. Like Wolf Blitzer and Anderson Cooper have
Cooper's
been in
so
many movies together.
Rachel Maddow's done a few.
Yeah, exactly. But they just commentate on what's happening in the movie. And yeah, Jimmy Kimmel does a bit on it. And they did a real SNL sketch.
The people who were on SNL at the time.
Taron Killam, Bobby Moynihan, and Kate McKinnon all doing a reenactment of the court scene.
But their interpretation of it. It's the cold open for the show, and they all go live from New York. It's Saturday night.
Right. And I think, it just goes to show how popular the first movie was.
It was a really big hit.
That they could get all these people into this movie and contribute.
Definitely.
But anyway, I think that's about all I had for this one. Again, I think I enjoyed it more than the other two comedies that we just did overall. And apparently there was talks about Seth MacFarlane making a prequel TV show for Paramount Plus.
For Ted?
Yeah.
Like when he's a kid?
Like a teenage John with Ted.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, maybe not as raunchy, like where the adult John and the adult Ted would be into more adult things. So, like, more PG-13.
It's raunchy teen shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, teens being teens. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that comes to fruition.
Yeah.
He's kind of got a lot of projects these days.
That's the thing. Like, Seth MacFarlane is very busy with his TV show already on Fox, The Orville. He's got Family Guy. I don't think American Dad's on the air anymore.
I don't know.
Cleveland Show's not in the air anymore.
But he tours, he records albums.
He is super busy.
I'm sure he's got other movies in development.
He's a very rich man.
And I'm sure Giovanni Ribisi will be in it, and he'll do his weird dance.
And he shall continue to be a threat.
I'm just saying, he got arrested at the end of this one again, but it was before Ted was declared a person, so did he actually do anything illegal? He might still be free if they make a third one. Maybe
they'll bring a version of that character back in the show if they make a show.
Please don't. I don't want it. He can go away now.
He won't.
Yeah, I have a mixed bag for this one. There's stuff that's really funny. It's really not what I expected this sequel to be, and maybe that's just because I kind of have removed myself by many years from the trailers. We didn't watch a trailer for this before we recorded it, so I was just kind of surprised by what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I don't think it's as bad as some people think. I think this has a pretty lousy rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I think the first one was in the mid-60s, and I think this one's closer to like 30 or 40.
Yeah.
And it did about half as well at the box office.
And I think that you can just boil down to all the things we kind of talked about. Like, the pacing is weird. There's just a series of random events. It's a very loose story.
Also, the novelty is past.
It is.
A swearing talking bear only goes so far.
I mean, I think you could have done it again, but you just have to go farther, and they actually pulled it back, which is maybe what hurt this movie. People really wanted this offensive bear to continue to be offensive, and now you feel bad for him because he's not a person and he wants to be. It's like, well, that's not the kind of movie I paid for. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this sequel. We do have an email from our superfan, Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
This one about Glass Onion. So we just did that one a few weeks ago. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. She says, so fun. I loved it and thought it was even better than the first one. You know, I've heard some people say that.
Yeah, you're allowed to have that feeling.
I think there's a lot of people. It just depends on the kind of movie you like. I'm still in the camp of I like the first one better.
Yeah.
But I liked the second one. I want to watch the second one again. That cast, whoa, amazing. Those cameos, incredible. Hugh Grant and Daniel Craig make an amazing couple.
That whole thing has very much blown up.
Yes, it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke and his COVID vaccine was hilarious. Jeremy Renner's hot sauce, LOL. Disruptors is a disgusting word in the context of this movie. I hate influencer culture.
Yeah, just don't go on Instagram, ever.
Don't do it.
No.
I mean, follow us on Instagram.
Or TikTok or any of that shit. Just stop.
We're not trying to influence you. Or are we?
Just follow the people that you actually like, but don't go to the search and start scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Just don't.
She continues, I love that Rian Johnson gives us one person to root for. Helen is amazing. I absolutely thought Daryl was going to come into play at some point.
Oh, Daryl.
However, I'm glad he doesn't because he's just so random. Yeah, there's just a dude. He's just there. He's just Daryl. He has no purpose.
Don't mind Daryl.
Don't mind Daryl. Miles is a dumbass, but weirdly good at manipulation and is somehow able to murder people and almost get away with it.
That's what I said. He's great at crime, not great at anything else.
And now she's referencing something I specifically said in the episode. Betsy, the douchebag room. Perfect description of Miles's great room / living room / display room. Yeah, anybody who has a framed painting of Kanye West and a bunch of glass figurines.
It's just stuff of themselves.
It's just a douchebag
Art
room.
of themselves.
It's a douchebag room.
Yeah.
We don't wear shoes in our house, Trent. Do you trust me? I mean, I wear shoes when I leave the house, but as soon as I step foot in the house, I kick off my shoes.
Oh boy.
You had a whole thing about I don't trust people who don't wear shoes.
I was referencing the fact that on this, okay.
Now you must defend your case.
It's less of a defense. It's more, okay, this guy shows up. He doesn't wear any kind of like boat shoes or like sand shoes or beach shoes, any kind of shoes. He's barefoot the entire time. I don't get down with that. I'm not a barefoot person. I've never been a barefoot person. You are, though.
I've always been a barefoot person, and
yeah.
I'm sorry if that disturbs you so.
It kind of does sometimes. Like, I would never, ever walk outside without shoes of some capacity.
Oh, shit. When I was a kid, I'd just be running through the grass and
know.
Walking on the gravel. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, and I've never done that. I've never been that kind of a person. I'm not saying that, you're a bad person if you do such things.
There's just context. You have a lot of specific context. If you are on the beach and you're greeting them, you're on the sand, fine. But then put some damn shoes on when you go up the 400 steps to get to the house.
Right. Like, that concrete is going to be hot, man.
It is a private island, and it's a beach. And yeah, you make a good point there. Anyway.
No offense to you. You can be barefoot in your home. I don't mind wearing shoes in the house sometimes. I'm not one of those who just kicks off my shoes immediately as I come in the door. Also, I work from home, so I don't wear shoes anymore in the home or anytime.
Not really. Only when you leave. Only when you have to.
Only have to.
Anyway, she finishes. I seriously hope they make a bunch of these movies.
Yeah.
I love Blanc and would watch Daniel Craig do that character over and over again.
Yeah, and we talked about it a little bit in the episode where like you could recast or not recast, but like have
who's your dream cast?
Who's your dream cast in a movie like this?
Another Knives Out movie. Who do you want it to be? And I love the recent consensus. Everybody is in agreement. They want a fucking Muppet movie with Benoit Blanc.
Or the better version of that is just have your normal cast where there's like 5 or 6 different people. Have one of them be a Muppet and nobody addresses it.
They're just there.
Yeah, they're just like anybody else. They can be their character. They can be a completely different character.
But see, that's how they play it in Muppet movies.
I know.
The Muppets are the Muppets.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And everybody just acts normally around them. Like in the one that we saw, The Muppets, where Jack Black is super tight with Animal, and he's just like, hey man, how's it going?
Right.
They're friends, and he's trying to talk him off a ledge. So I look forward to when they start developing that more. I know Rian Johnson has other projects. He's apparently got a show coming out on Peacock, and this is another star-studded event, but it's another mystery, so we may have to at least hear what people are saying about that.
Yeah, we might have to check it out.
Because it's Natasha Lyonne, it's Adrian Brody,
yeah.
It's a whole lot of other people I recognized in the very brief commercial I saw.
Yeah, they just started to promote it on TV.
It starts in a few weeks here, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued. I'll wait until the consensus tells me whether it's worth my time. As we have said many times, guys, we watch movies for the podcast. We don't always invest a lot of time in television.
We'll passively mention television here and there. But yeah, this show is about movies.
But we like TV if everybody is saying this show is worth watching. We just might wait till it's finished to get to it.
Yeah, and by the way, don't bother telling us your TV recommendations.
No, guys.
We have a fucking stack.
We just finished Hawkeye. Like, just did it.
Literally.
It's been out for like a year.
Yeah.
We just finished it. It's 6 episodes. It's not a big time commitment.
Yeah, no.
And it took us a long time.
Yeah. It took us like 6-7 months to get through 6-7 episodes.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. We would love to hear your thoughts about not television, please don't. But if you want to talk about Ted 2, Super Troopers 2, Deadpool 2, any other sequels that you have enjoyed, that you think are worth the experiment of a sequel.
And we have one more sequel left to go. It is not a comedy.
It is not a comedy.
I promise you.
But if you would like to reach out to us about any of those or any other movies that we've covered recently or that you think we should cover, or just ask us a question, you could do that too. We like receiving just random thoughts to talk about. You can email us at neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, NeverSeenItPod1. We are on Twitter, NeverSeenIt_pod. You can also support the show by clicking the link in the podcast description on Anchor. But yes, like Trent said, we've one more sequel in this series to do. So you can look forward to that on Sunday. And then after that, who knows?
We got a few more episodes after this series before the Oscar nominations come out. Once that happens, we have to evaluate where we can actually see everything.
We don't know if it'll be 2 movies or 12 movies.
It won't be 12. It won't be 12.
Maximum 10.
Yes. So we got a pretty good idea that we've covered some of them already. But yeah, we're just hoping that it's on the low end so that we can continue to bring you other kinds of episodes rather than just Oscar stuff.
As we lead into the Oscars, which is going to be in March. So we've got a couple of months here where you can look forward to maybe some series, a little of this, a little of that.
Yep.
Who knows?
Everything is leading up to March when the Oscars are airing. And after that, it's just bedlam.
Mayhem,
we have no idea
chaos,
what we're going to decide
dogs
to do.
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
But with that, this has been another episode of Never Seen It. I am Betsy.
And I am Trent.
And we will catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye.